nos merisono tu estimia.
A young woman named Ellen Hutter wakes in a panic from a vivid and disturbing dream in which she summoned and made a pact with a demonic entity, a vampire known as Nosferatu. In the dream, once the ritual was complete, the entity made its physical claim on her before choking her by the throat, completing the possession. Her husband Thomas notices her distress immediately and holds her, assuring her there is nothing to fear. He is running late and must leave for work. Ellen is left alone with a lingering dread of what she experienced.
He has the position already. They'll send him away.
Thomas meets his employer, Knock, who wants him to travel to Transylvania and finalize a property deal with a reclusive nobleman named Count Orlok, who wishes to purchase an old estate in Wisborg. Thomas sees it as his only real chance at a promotion and agrees immediately. When he returns home and tells Ellen, she begs him not to go. Before their wedding, she had a nightmare in which she married death itself, attended only by dead boys. And the most disturbing detail was that despite the horror, she had found herself enjoying every moment of it. Thomas reassures her it was only a dream.
What is
I
this?
must tell you my dream. Everyone was dead. You mustn't leave. I love you too much.
Arranges for her to stay with their wealthy friend, Friedrich Harding, while he is away, and the next morning, they say their goodbyes. Before he leaves, Ellen places her locket around his neck. Unknown to her, she had cut a lock of her own hair during the night and hidden it inside the locket, unknowingly fulfilling one of Nosferatu's ritual requirements. Thomas arrives in Transylvania after a long journey. The townspeople greet him warmly at first, but their laughter quickly turns eerie. The town chief regards Thomas with suspicion because of his connection to Count Orlok. Thomas persuades them to let him spend one night. An old woman presses a cross into his hand, warning him he will need it soon. That same night, he witnesses the locals driving an iron stake through what they claim is a vampire's corpse. The following morning, shaken but determined, he continues toward the castle. A driverless carriage stops for him on the road, and wolves run alongside it as it races to Orlok's mansion. The impatient and frightening Count Orlok receives him. They dine together while finalizing the sale. When Thomas accidentally cuts his thumb, Orlok's full attention locks onto the blood. Thomas senses something is deeply wrong, but realizes it far too late. Orlok reveals his true nature and attacks. While Thomas lies unconscious, Orlok compels him in a dream state to sign a document written in occult script. He then retrieves the locket and removes Ellen's hair from inside it. He presents Thomas with gold coins as payment. When Thomas recovers and asks to leave, Orlok coldly tells him that is no longer an option.
You must wish to retire.
Exploring the castle, Thomas finds the Count sleeping in a coffin and seizes an axe, but Orlok wakes before the blow can land. Later, under the vampire's influence, Thomas is compelled to unlock a door he had secured and stands frozen and powerless. Orlok attacks him again without mercy. In desperation, Thomas throws himself from a castle window and falls into a river far below. Back in Wisborg, Ellen grows ill. Friedrich summons Dr. Wilhelm, who sedates her after she falls into a trance, moaning as though pulled somewhere beyond the physical world. Nuns find Thomas washed up on a riverbank and carry him to a church. He wakes, refuses to rest, and insists he must return to Wisborg. Ellen is in danger. At the same time, Orlok boards a ship, traveling with a coffin packed with grave dirt and plague-infested rats. Friedrich and Wilhelm seek help from Albin Eberhard von Franz, a disgraced Swiss scientist with deep knowledge of the occult. Albin recognizes Ellen's condition at once. She is under the influence of a Nosferatu, a demonic, plague-bearing vampire. He challenges the entity to reveal itself. Ellen convulses and Orlok speaks through her. Albin declares the curse real. Wilhelm remains skeptical. Albin tells Anna to watch Ellen closely and to summon him if anything changes.
I charge you, speak now what you see.
Thomas finally returns to Wisborg. The moment he confirms to Ellen that her nightmares are real, he collapses from exhaustion. That night, Orlok's ship runs aground on Wisborg's shore. Plague-infested rats pour into the streets. Orlok reunites with his servant Nock, who bows before his master, and Orlok declares that the land shall know dread and despair. By morning, the city is in chaos. The plague spreads rapidly and claims lives across Wisborg. Ellen keeps vigil over the unconscious Thomas. Anna enters and whispers an apology. She should have listened sooner. Albin and Wilhelm examine the bodies from the wreck and find the plague is unlike any natural disease. The rats appear demonic in nature. Nock has escaped custody. That night, Orlok chants to deepen the city's suffering further. Ellen wakes into a nightmare and finds Orlok looming over her. His ancient, cold voice tells her she has awakened him from the deepest darkness. He tries to trick her into submission, claiming Thomas willingly signed divorce papers in exchange for gold. Ellen sees through the lie. When she refuses to yield, Orlok threatens Thomas's life. She wakes to find Orlok's rats have attacked Anna during the night and screams in grief. The epidemic forces Wisborg into full quarantine. Friedrich sits with the dying Anna until the end.
I don't know myself. What is this insufferable darkness?
Afterwards, still unable to face the truth, he confronts Ellen and Thomas in his grief and orders them from his home, blaming them for the infection. Albin discovers an ancient insignia in Nock's abandoned office, a symbol long associated with the Nosferatu. Ellen and Thomas return to their own home, but there is no peace. Thomas begs her to flee the city with him. Ellen finally confesses the secret she has been carrying since before their marriage. She had once summoned the devil himself. They had been bound together until her marriage to Thomas severed the connection. Thomas is shattered. Their argument grows heated until Ellen convulses violently and is possessed again. Under the entity's compulsion, Thomas is unable to resist her. When it is over, Ellen collapses and regains herself as if waking from a terrible dream. That same night, Orlok kills Friedrich's children. Friedrich, completely broken, descends into madness before succumbing to the plague himself. Albin proposes the only plan he believes can succeed. He, Thomas, and Wilhelm will locate Orlok's resting place and destroy him. From years of research, Albin knows Nosferatu can only be truly defeated through the willing sacrifice of a pure-hearted woman. And Ellen is the only one who fits that role. The expedition departs. Thomas approaches Orlok's coffin, lifts the lid, and drives a blade downward, only to find Nock grinning up at him with bloody teeth. The entire expedition was a deliberate diversion to keep Thomas away from Ellen. He runs back toward the manor. Albin remains behind to burn the crypt and eliminate any trace of Orlok's presence there. Back at the manor, Ellen has summoned Orlok herself. She stands in the room waiting, dressed in her bridal attire, calm and completely resolved about what she must do. When Orlok arrives, she accepts the dark vows he recites and allows him to feed from her as they complete the unholy union. But as dawn breaks, something goes terribly wrong for Orlok. A creeping weakness moves through his body. His immortal form begins to wither and his flesh turns to dust. He lets out a tormented scream as his existence unravels entirely and collapses into nothing in Ellen's arms. Thomas arrives breathless moments later to find her fading fast. He drops to his knees, takes her trembling hand in both of his, and holds it tightly. She looks at him one final time, whispers her last breath, and is gone. With her sacrifice, the plague lifts from Wisborg.
A willing sacrifice thus broke the curse.
The darkness that consumed the city dissolves completely. The streets fall silent at last. The nightmare is finally over.